So you spawned in Molotovs and threw it at his property?
Yes, if that's what you want to hear.
Why?
Because I can.
I'm confused on how that would better RP.
Molotov cocktails are pretty simple to make, but I can walk into a bar, shove a bunch of alcohol and petrol in a bottle.
But they can't do it back. They're not staffed, they can't do it back.
Yeah, but their signature thing is with the fucking knives and stuff. They've chosen their own weapons and stuff. They have their own guns and stuff. They can do literally anything to us. They just need the approval from staff. They can even ask themselves to firebomb us, and we'll give them fucking Molotovs and they can go firebomb us. They did absolutely nothing about this situation. They just stayed inside their base.
Well, he said, we were right next door to our door, which was wide open, and they screamed in thick Irish accents and firebombed us. We reported that they were Irish to the police, and Mr. Eyre warned me and my friend.
Yeah. So, first off, I was the only person that screamed into the building. Second off, I did not have an Irish accent on at the time. I was screaming in Chinese accent, and I went, "Fuck you, you motherfucking Korean fuck!" And then I threw a Molotov in there. So they were completely mitigating that it was Irish because he decided to use no clip out of Judy, one of the people that were in there, who was a staff member, and mitigate the information to the police, which then led them to put an investigation out on Irish people. All Irish people.
Now I get another message today that the same shadowy men shot up my store and miraculously were able to get their raid approved despite me not having 3 members online and so on.
Their raid was approved previously when they had 3 members online and they were going towards the raid, and this wasn't me, by the way, this was 30, so this is not to do with me, so I didn't even approve it or see that it happened. It wasn't on the circuit at that time, but yeah, 30 went and shot him up because we needed a roleplay event to take away their vendor because they didn't, all weren't supposed to have it, and they lied to UA about
I thought Lansky had approved of their vendor.
Lansky may have approved for that vendor, but Lansky never told NPC.
Lansky's in charge of all vendors for the Game Master team. He has a master sheet.
Regardless, he has to ask for approval before giving vendors to factions.
He has the approval already from Eraser. He was granted that job by Eraser.
Eraser. What are you trying to talk about here? Because even so, you need to ask approval to give an entire faction a vendor that sells AK at 4K.
I mean, even still, instead of just auto-removing their vendor, why didn't you ask them if you could raise the price on their vendor to like 8 or 9K?
Because there were the 6 people with a vendor, which we only actually allowed 4.
Okay. And they said, I mean, he broke into our shop and stole literally every single gun. And I did go over to them, and their guns were missing, so someone did steal them.
Also, when they applied for their faction, it does not say in their faction details whatsoever that they sold illegal weapons. They were literally only in the drug racket.
So did you take their guns?
Yes, all of them.
Okay.
I didn't take them, but Dirty must have when he did that raid or whatever.
I don't know if it is confirmed as Mr. Error for the second raid, but I'm confident in such. That's the rundown anyways. I have lost multiple thousands of dollars, several hours of progress, all of my weapons, and me and my faction are demoralized. I come to you as you are head RP management, and I apologize because I know you have lots of work on your plate, but I would ask that you would at least hand us two 1911s, which I did, to help us get back on our feet. Now this is disturbing to me because, for one, I was under the impression that Lansky, and I understand like Lansky may have not been transparent.
I don't get this, but Lansky does not have God powers to approve whatever he wants. That's not what was given to him as his position. Nor did he say that's what he can do in his
So Eraser can no, or so Lansky and Hedgehog, for that matter, do not have God powers, and they cannot, provide rules or necessary, or for me, for that matter, I can't make medical rules or anything like that and then be approved, even though we're head RP managers. Is that correct?
Yes, that's correct.
Okay.
Because you're only a junior administrator.
Okay.
You require first.
So my only problem with this is this. I feel like this, no offense, this was done, actually I'm just going to be blunt. This is stupid. This is the worst way to go about doing this. It was not diplomatic at all. I would have tried to talk to the faction members. When the National Coast Guard got, disapproved, I went into their chat and I discussed possible ways they can do other things. I discussed them having a militia, or maybe like something different, just something that they could do to be satisfied. And they thanked me for my time, and they went on about their business. I don't feel like this is the right way to go about it. Spawning in weapons and firebombing their stores and removing their vendors and taking all their guns doesn't seem like the right thing to do. And they never got any.
You haven't got the backstory of this faction. Okay? So first off, they lied about being a gun vendor. They lied to staff in order to gain a gun vendor. They then lied to staff about the prices of the guns inside the vendor. So all of it would be fail out there.
The fact of the matter is they asked Lansky for a gun vendor, and Lansky approved.
Yeah, but Lansky cannot be giving out vendors like Tic Tacs, which he has been. The thing is, with vendors, if we haven't been told about a vendor, we're going to delete it. Simple. There's no ifs or buts. Like, when you apply for a faction, you apply for your bracket, okay? That is what your faction does. If you lie about it, then that's your fault. It's going to get taken off of you in the most brutal way possible. That's up to them for lying about their fucking vendors.
But that's not besides the fact. Like.
I did not condemn the property, so they still have all of their property and everything. I just
Apparently not, because apparently there's stuff perma-propped all over their property and they can't even build on it anymore. That's also in the DM they sent to me.
There's nothing on their property. There's stuff outside their property. They have nothing on.
Now, my only question is this. I know Balbino spawned in a minigun, and what Balbino does is what Balbino does, because he's rude. But why would it be okay to spawn in Molotovs during a non-event to bomb a faction and further to cripple them this much without even giving them a meeting or like an idea or a plan or anything?
They shouldn't have lied in the first place. This is the only reason we're treating them brutally.
But that doesn't, you're UA, that does not excuse the treatment. This is just not good treatment towards a faction. I agree, if they lied, that's great. Drag them into a chat and warn them and potentially ban them, but you don't need to ruin.
This faction is 2 people big. Literally one staff member in this faction you join, and then one other person and himself. That is 3 people in this faction total. Okay? It's 3. The Korean mob.
Oh.
Yeah, store with that same dark RP layout that looks like it's going to take straight out of fucking tits RP, and they continue to do so. So they got treated like they are, being dumb.
You know, I'm just playing devil's advocate here. What happens if no one from Crime RP told them that they were doing wrong, and they were just RPing as they have always RP'd, and then this happens? How do you think they feel? Because I have a really, really big hunch. I have almost 98% certainty that the RP managers, the crime ones for that matter, didn't tell them how to sell their stuff. Is there a guide? Is there a guide? Is there a guide?
They have an illegal gun racket.
That was approved by the head RP manager.
Hey, yo, I'm trying to speak to you here, okay? First off, my decision is final, nonetheless. I don't give a fuck what you're thinking about the situation or not, alright? These guys have lied and abused to gain their vendors, so they get abused when it's taken away. We're not giving them fair treatment if they want to try and abuse us. That's what we're trying to get at here. Second off, okay? The Dirty went to them and told them that they needed to stop selling guns out of their business like it's legal, even though they have an illegal racket, which means they are fully 100% illegal and should not be doing anything that they're doing, like selling it out the front of the fucking store like a dog cartoon store. And they know that for a fact because they sell AK-47s and shit.
But they don't know any better. They don't know any better. Okay, like you have to imagine this might be their first RP server, and they're just like trying to scrap by the way they see, the way they've RP'd. They were not previous MP players, or if they were, it's been a while. Like, I just don't think it was the way to go about it, man. I just think there was a more diplomatic way to go about it than absolutely destroying their RP experience to the point to where this guy is scared to even come to me as a co-head RP manager. Like, he's scared to message me. He's apologizing for bringing up a situation that is honestly very valid. He's scared. This is not Typhon Networks. Okay, we do not instill fear into our players. And you know that it might seem okay because
We also don't tolerate rule breakers either.
he didn't break any rules. If you want to say he broke rules, then so did the co-head RP manager.
Lied and abused the staff team in order to gain a vendor that he shouldn't have.
He got accepted by the co-head RP crime manager, Lansky. Okay, he approved their vendor. He didn't do anything wrong. He said, "Hey Lansky, can I have a racket?" And Lansky said, "Yes." And they got their racket. Okay, he didn't do anything wrong. Okay, if this is a problem, this is a problem between.
It's faction when he was accepted. Okay, this is also told to people when they are accepted, when their factions are accepted. Okay, your rackets are your rackets. Okay, you do not get any other racket because you want the racket. Like for instance, if I'm just some fucking drug dealing crime family, I can't turn around and be, "Oh, I want a gun racket now," and then all of a sudden I get a gun racket. It just doesn't happen like that at all. Zero. Lansky, for some reason, decided probably not to check the fact that they don't have a gun vendor, and nor should they have one. It still gave them one anyway, which means Lansky's at fault here.
It still doesn't beg the fact, man. Like, I understand, but it just the Molotov situation. It just doesn't run. It doesn't sit well with me.
What do you mean? Alright, the thing is with the Molotov situation, I did not condemn his building. I did not kill a single one of his men. I literally said, "Fuck you, you chicks," and threw a firebomb through the door, which did not set fire to the building. It went out almost instantaneously. Molotovs don't work on the server yet.
But that means as an RP manager, I can spawn an MP5K and just.
The thing is, if I
time to at least inform the guy of if even if he did wrong, which I don't think he did. If anyone's at fault here, it's the people who approved his vendor and miscommunication once again with the management team and the staff team. Why did no one go to him? No one went to him. He has no messages from any UA. Would it have not hurt to just say, hey man, you're not supposed to have that racket. We're going to take your racket away. We'll let you have like 2 to 3 guns because it's not totally your fault. It was a problem with the management team, and leave it at that. That way they can like at least, know that like.
Get together group, man. It's a fucking mafia server. You're gonna get dealt with like a fucking mafia. If they can't roleplay like they're just being attacked by people, for instance, like in real life, then the thing is here. This is the sort of shit that would have happened if they did this in real life.
But the thing is, this was dealt by the UA management team, and the UA management team should deal things impartially with no, emotional judgment. It should just be the strict... They understand fully what happened. They had their vendors taken from them. And that's all they need to understand, really. They don't have a vendor anymore. Yeah, and all their guns... But no one informed them that they were doing anything wrong. They didn't do anything wrong. They did nothing wrong. Their vendor got approved. They didn't do anything wrong by broadcasting to the entire server where they were selling illegal firearms out of the business. Apparently it was legal because Lansky approved it to be legal. That's not legal. It's literally in the illegal gun brackets part of the economy part, which Lansky made. They fully knew 100% well it was all illegal goods that they were selling in there. Who would have thought that, Americans would allow you to buy an AK-47 in New York in 1970? I don't think that's right. Thing is, this is a serious RP server. We're not going to sit there behind the scenes and explain to them every single little thing that's happened. They've got to look at the RP, realize what's happened in RP, and go, okay, that's what's happened. There doesn't need to be an explanation for their vendor disappearing. It was taken from them. Final off. I mean, that's fine. So, I don't want your faction to have a vendor. I'm going to spawn in a AK-47, storm your building and shoot it, because from my knowledge, it wasn't approved by UA, so I'm just going to just remove it. That is what happened. That's the same thing. My one is approved by UA. Yeah, because you're UA, correct? No, I didn't even approve my own vendor. I had fucking Lansky make my vendor for me. And Lansky also made their vendor. No, actually Dirty did. Under miscommunication. It's fine. I'm sorry for taking up your gentleman's time. I'm gonna give them their 2 Colts and tell them if they have a racket, if their vendor racket doesn't exist, or their vendor's gone, such as their non-gun racket, whatever they're supposed to have, I'll help them set it up, and I'll deal with that. Sorry for taking up your gentleman's time. You can offer them food vendor and melee weapons if they would so like. Thank you for me